Explainer video reveals the multiple ways that Sean, the Renaissance King, fosters the perpetual advancement, blueprints for effectively recreating your greater, healthier, wealthier self. Digital multimedia training system empowers the holistic success and transformation of the righteous, aspiring, successful entrepreneur, coach, consultant, artist, producer, and creator. By sharing some of the weapons of mass progression responsible for equipping and inspiring successful transcendency.
Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're unpacking something truly foundational. We're diving deep into the core philosophies of the Perpetual Advancement, Personal Growth and Development series. Specifically, we're zeroing in on the blueprints for effectively recreating your greater, healthier, wealthier self digital multimedia training system. Now, this source material, it is tailor-made for you, the aspiring, successful, righteous entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, artists, producers, and creators out there who are absolutely ready to step into the greatest versions of themselves. Let's get right into it. The material hits us right out of the gate with a massive, thought-provoking question. Are you operating with a house cat mentality or a lion nature? Think about that for a second. There are so many incredibly talented individuals out there with just massive potential, right? But they're boxed in by what this system calls enculturation programming. Basically, they've been domesticated by negative societal noise. So to really succeed in the 21st century, you've got to break out of that cage and embrace your true authoritative lion nature. No more playing small. Stepping into that elevated reality means operating at the absolute peak of your craft as clear-minded, visionary professionals. And that's the literal reality this perpetual advancement system aims to create for you. Whether you're a coach guiding clients, a producer building a whole network, or a consultant tackling complex problems, the secret sauce here is holistic transformation intelligence. You see, you can't just upgrade your business skills and call it a day. The source really emphasizes reconstructing yourself from the inside out, blending ancient, eternal wisdom with highly practical success protocols. Section 1, The Awakening, Purging the Psyche for True Power. To kick off this awakening, the system paints a really stark contrast. On one hand, you've got enculturation programming. This is your societal sabotage, the pessimistic poison, all those toxic communications we are bombarded with daily. But on the other side, that's your holistic transformation intelligence. Module 1 gets things moving with what it actually calls a spiritual and intellectual colonic. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Before you can build a legacy, you have to flush out the toxic thoughts and the broken systems feeding your mind, so you can anchor everything you do on a solid bedrock of spiritual and moral virtues. Section 2, The Blueprint, Uncovering the Internal Treasury. Okay, so once all that mental noise is finally cleared out, you need a new architecture. The core of the system's innovation engine found in Module 3 is all about defeating copycat syndrome. Let's be real, in business and art, competitive mimicry is only going to get you so far. Instead, this blueprint uses tools like the Johari window to help you excavate what's called your unknown quadrant. The goal is to discover your unique inherent treasury. That's the distinct intellectual property, the brilliant, witty inventions that are deposited uniquely inside of you. When you learn to leverage that original revelation, that's when you stop just grinding away and start actually building a lasting legacy. Section 3, The Synergy, Achieving True Holistic Homeostasis. Now, having mental clarity and unique ideas is fantastic, but it's only half the battle. The physical vehicle carrying those grand visions has got to be maintained. Module 2 lays down a powerful, undeniable truth. A sick king or queen cannot rule effectively, period. It defines holistic homeostasis as this complete state of psychological and physiological balance, which is absolutely mandatory for high-level decision-making. Your body is not a trash bin. It's a high-performance vehicle for your vision, and it requires pristine balance if you want to sustain the energy for masterful execution. Building right on top of that physical balance, Module 6 introduces the concept of internal shalom. This is defined as an unshakable state of mental and spiritual tranquility, and it acts literally like a homeostatic force field. We all know the world of business is incredibly volatile, so maintaining total internal peace isn't just some nice spiritual bonus. The system positions it as a definitive competitive advantage. It's what allows you to maintain a spirit of excellence no matter what kinds of storms are raging around you. Section 4, Bridging the Execution Gap. Here's the thing though, spiritual alignment and inner peace don't mean much if they aren't actually manifested in the real world. That's where Module 7 comes in. Introducing Sovereign Synergy. So many people have the belief, right? But they totally lack the deliberate work to back it up, and that creates a massive execution gap. Sovereign synergy is that exact sweet spot where your spiritual alignment and your physical deliberate work integrate into one unstoppable force of goal realization. Look, belief without actionable intelligence is just a wish. You have to marry your desire with deliberate work to access those durable riches. And to actually execute that synergy, the system doesn't leave you guessing. It gives you clear strategic action steps. Number 1, start small but visualize big. 2, embrace failure as vital feedback. You've got to adjust and adapt. And 3, stay persistent. When you combine your inspiration with these practical physical steps, you're literally arming yourself with what the training beautifully calls weapons of mass progression. Section 5. The Harvest. Laws of Reciprocity and Sacrifice. Make no mistake, true success absolutely has a cost. Module 9 introduces something called the sacrifice ledger, which is all about the prudent utilization of your resources. The principle is pretty simple, honestly. You have to give up to go up. You literally need to document and then surrender the habits that are stunting your growth. Wasted time, pessimistic broadcasting, indulging in everyday chaos, all of it. By sacrificing those low-level behaviors, you can successfully reallocate your time into high-leverage activities, like actual enterprise creation and profound personal development. So what exactly are we sacrificing for? Well, Module 10 totally dismantles this modern fallacy of single-category, one-dimensional success. You know, the executive who makes millions but entirely loses their health and their family in the process. The Perpetual Advancement system demands harmonious integration. True, lasting success requires constant cultivation across the board: your personal growth, health and wellness, relationships, and professional achievements. If you neglect any one of those pillars, the entire structure is going to collapse. Which brings us to the ultimate grounding philosophy of this entire system. Riches and honor are with me. Yea, durable riches and righteousness. This isn't about some fleeting, momentary financial spike that's going to leave you feeling empty. For the righteous entrepreneur, coach, or artist, this is all about securing durable riches, wealth that truly lasts because it's built on a rock-solid foundation of unshakable righteousness. That right there is the only true measure of success and lasting affluence. And that brings us to the ultimate launchpad, the Perpetual Advancement, Personal Growth and Development Series, Blueprints for Effectively Recreating Your Greater, Healthier, Wealthier Self. Digital Multimedia Training System provides exactly this framework. If you are an aspiring, successful, righteous entrepreneur, creator, producer, or professional, you need this exact set of perpetual advancement protocols. Don't let your potential just sit there as some abstract aspiration. I highly encourage you to secure your copy of this training system today. Apply the actionable intelligence it provides and guarantee your holistic success. I want to leave you with this final critical thought to chew on. Are you going to remain a mere spectator of your own potential, just safely sitting on the sidelines? Or are you ready to execute the blueprint, do the internal and external work, and finally recreate your greater, healthier, and wealthier self? The tools are right here waiting for you. The choice, as always, is yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely can't wait to see the lions you become.
Click on the button below this presentation now to see exactly how to get your own copy of the Perpetual Advancement, Blueprints for Effectively Recreating Your Greater, Healthier, Wealthier Self Digital Multimedia Training System today.
This presentation promoting successful holistic transformation via the Perpetual Advancement Personal Growth and Development Series, Blueprints for Effectively Recreating Your Greater, Healthier, Wealthier Self Digital Multimedia Training System is the copyrighted intellectual property of Perpetual Advancement Alliance Group LLC and is not to be redistributed or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Perpetual Advancement Alliance Group LLC. It has truly been my honor to be able to bring such wonderful and magnificent value to the Perpetual Advancement, Personal Growth and Development, and 21st Century Wealth Creation and Accumulation Global Marketplace. My beloved Perpetual Progress Pursuers and Achieverists. I sincerely hope that these Perpetual Advancement systems will truly serve as the catalyst that will enable you to experience the reality of becoming the greatest, healthiest, wealthiest, most prosperous, and righteous version of yourself successfully. In the meantime, just know that myself and the rest of my Perpetual Advancement Alliance Group Mishpacha family will be available to assist you in your ongoing successful holistic transformations. My beloved perpetual progress pursuers, I will forever be your partner in perpetual advancement, transcendency, personal growth, and development. I am the founder, CEO, and master holistic transformation strategist of Perpetual Advancement Alliance Group LLC. We do what? Empower perpetual transcendency with holistic transformation intelligence. I am Sean, the Renaissance Foster, also known as Sarah Yahu Yahuda Yashar Al. My beloved perpetual progress pursuers, feel free to follow me on these social media platforms. YouTube, handle at Sean the Renaissance King Foster. Facebook, at Sean D. Foster Enterprise International. Instagram, at Perpetual Advancement Strategist, and on LinkedIn, at Sean D. Foster. Again, my beloved perpetual progress pursuers and achievers, that will conclude this presentation. Yah's very best and blessings eternal.